Who doesn't flinch for nobody, collapsing, screaming right there on the floor? And why? Because her man, Papoose, stood up and dropped the kind of confession that shattered everything. Do you ever wonder what really happened between Papoose and Claressa Shields? We've all heard the whispers, the glances at the awards, and the training sessions that went late into the night. But yesterday, in front of a stunned courtroom, Papoose admitted it all. That night, the one Remy begged him never to mention. And what he said left Jaws on the floor and Remy on the ground. And Claressa, cool as ever, didn't blink, didn't move, just stared straight ahead like she knew this was coming. This isn't tabloid fiction. This is raw betrayal in real-time tea. Time caught live in court. And we've got the breakdown that nobody else is daring to say. Stick around, because what we're about to show you will leave you wondering if Rhee's marriage was real at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just another celebrity scandal. This is the kind of courtroom chaos that makes Netflix executives drool. You've got betrayal, bombshells, and one very broken queen at the center of it all. Rem collapsed in an open court while skiing. Papoose, for example, Papoose stood 10 toes down and confessed to something no one, and we mean no one, was prepared to. Here, now, let's rewind, because this wasn't just a random Tuesday in court. Oh, no. This hearing was supposed to be procedural. A routine appearance regarding Remy's ongoing legal drama tied to an old assault case that resurfaced after a witness. Hello, Jasmine Dior, the daughter of one of Remy's former enemies, re-emerged with new allegations. But instead of keeping the spotlight on herself, Remy got blindsided by something way deeper, something personal. Picture this. The courtroom is tense. Quarters are out front, cameras banned, but sketch artists ready. And there she is, Remy Ma, head held high, wearing the power suit like she's bulletproof. But in the back corner, Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing, sat quietly behind a pair of oversized sunglasses, sipping water like she didn't just show up to torch someone's marriage. And right beside her, Papoose, looking like a man caught between a grenade and a cliff. Now, to understand why this moment exploded the way it did, you need to know about that night. The night everyone in the industry whispers about, but no one dares confirm. The night that started it all. The night Papoose was supposedly training Claressa. Worked late into the hours while Remy Ma was out of town on tour, trusting her husband, her ride or die, to hold down the fort. What happened between those ropes? Well, until yesterday, no one knew. And now the whole courtroom knows. So let's unpack it. According to multiple anonymous insiders who, let's be real, were probably just the courtroom janitors texting bloggers. From the hallway, Papoose was called to the witness stand as part of a procedural defense motion. Nothing dramatic, just a statement. But once he got up there, something changed. His voice trembled. His lawyer tried to intervene. Even the judge looked uncomfortable. And then, boom, "I owe the truth to this court," Papoose said, "and to my wife, even if it ends everything." He looked straight at Remy. She stiffened. Claressa didn't blink, and then he said it. The statement silenced the courtroom. It wasn't just training. He admitted that night with Claressa, it was silence, then screaming. Then Remy Ma collapsed. People rushed toward her. Court officers called paramedics. The judge gave his drumline, a drumline at Claressa's wassail. And Claressa was still sipping that water like it was chamomile tea. Is this a setup? It's a carefully timed betrayal, or just a long overdue confession boiling over in a pressure cooker of secrets? Let's talk about motive, because this wasn't just infidelity. This was emotional warfare. Remember, Remy Ma and Claressa Shields have a quiet history of rivalry. It goes back to those joint appearances in 2018 when Claressa was being called the female face of hip-hop boxing, and Remy supposedly told producers not to book them on the same panel. For years, few years, and Claressa have been suspiciously involved in Papoose's apostasies. charity events, backstage interviews, and even low-key studio nights that no one thought to post until after Remy was tagged. But wait, the internet doesn't forget. There's that infamous clip from last year's Bet Weekend after party where Claressa and Papoose are seen exiting the same C.A.R.M.am. Of course, they claimed it was a group ride, but in the footage, only 2 doors open. Remy wasn't even in the city. Still, most fans gave Papoose the benefit of the doubt. Why? Because this man built his entire career on Remy's soldier, waiting for her during her prison bid, defending her against slander and raising her kids like his own. If loyalty was a brand, Papoose was the ambassador until now. So what changed? Well, according to people close to the couple, things haven't been right for a while. Sources say the dynamic between them shifted after Remy began aggressively rebranding, diving into mainstream TV, business ventures, and allegedly leaving Papoose behind creatively. She's been spotted at more events without him than with him lately, and whispers of a cooling-off period have circulated for months. Add in the fact that Claressa has been low-key attached to every brand Papoose is pushing these days. Well, it doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to see the writing on the ring. But let's circle back to that courtroom moment, because the moss-taunting part of it all wasn't just the confession. It was the aftermath. As Remy was helped up by paramedics, she didn't look at Papoose, not once. But Claressa, she gave her one long stare. It's a kind that says, yeah, it happened, and I'm not sorry. Now, let's be clear. It's no official confirmation of what Papoose meant by went further. No tape, no photos, just a cold confession and the wreckage it left behind. But in the world of celebrity courtrooms, where truth and perception blur faster than a TMZ headline, the damage is already done. And fans, oh, they're in full meltdown mode. Twitter exploded within minutes. Remy Ma was trending worldwide. Some fans called it a betrayal. Others called it karma for past beefs. But everyone, and we mean everyone, had one question. What really happened that night with Claressa? And more importantly, why now? As news of Remy Ma's courtroom collapse spread like wildfire, the internet didn't just react, it exploded. Within minutes, hashtag Remy Ma, hashtag PAPOOSE, and hashtag Claressa Shields are all trending in the top 5 worldwide. Memes hit the timeline before she even got off the stretcher. And, like clockwork, the so-called exclusive insiders began crawling out of every digital sewer with their own versions of what really happened that night. Let's start with the big one. The leaked security footage was supposedly obtained from a private gym in Jersey. Grainy green-tinted video emerged online that allegedly shows Papoose and Claressa alone. Lights dimmed, gloves off, leaning in close in a way that had nothing to do with sparring. The clip cuts off right as their hands touch. Coincidence? Or just enough to keep the internet guessing. And then came the audio clip. A mysterious 47-second recording of a man who sounds suspiciously like Papoose, whispering, "I never meant for it to happen like that. Don't tell Remy." Could it be fake? Course. But this is gossip spill vibe. We don't wait for confirmation. We analyze the vibe. And the vibe, oh, it's screaming guilty. Within hours, bloggers were citing anonymous sources who claimed that Papoose and Claressa had been secretly emotionally involved for over a year. One even alleged the two spent a weekend together at an Airbnb in Miami under aliases. It's the name used to book Mr. Dot and Mrs. Black. Original? Not really. Suspicious? It's very. But it wasn't just vloggers and fans fanning the flames. Even verified celebrities started chiming in. Funkmaster Flex tweeted, "Told y'all years ago, Papoose wasn't all clean. There's no man that patient without a side story." Cardi B posted a single eyeball emoji. That's it, just eyes. But coming from her, that was enough to send fans into full conspiracy mode. Screenshots of old Remy Cardi drama resurfaced within minutes, claiming this was all some long-played industry payback. And then came the text messages. Screenshots leaked from an iCloud backup supposedly belonging to Claressa herself, showing Papoose sending messages like, "Just say the word, and I'll walk away from everything." One even had a timestamp that matched the exact night of the alleged training session. Let's pause for a second and appreciate the beautiful chaos of it all. Remy Ma, the same woman who made a career off being unshakable, was now the subject of the messiest betrayal scandal in hip-hop since J. And Ba's elevator incident. Except this wasn't an elevator. This was a courthouse. It's gonna, instead of a silent nod, we got a full body collapse. Paramedics. And a confession that'll be taught in Scandal School 101. But here's the real kicker. Sources close to Claressa are now claiming that she didn't come to court to support Papoose. She came to testify against Remy. Wait, what? Yep, you heard that right. While the internet was busy replaying the collapse, flipping out over that night, and wondering whether Claressa just snatched someone else's man. The real reason she was in court might have had nothing to do with romance. Some say she was prepared to reveal Remy's alleged threats over a prior altercation involving an undisclosed female rapper. According to leaked court documents, which may or may not be real, who cares? Claressa filed a sealed statement, citing emotional intimidation and reputational sabotage from Ree's team. So, if Claressa came to speak against Remy and Papoose was forced to take the stand in that same hearing, was his confession a spontaneous meltdown or a strategic betrayal? Now, let's shift to Ree's inner circle, or what's left of it. Her longtime publicist, Tanya Martinez, was reportedly seen storming out of the courtroom mid-hearing, yelling into her phone, "This is not what we rehearsed." "Oh, you rehearsed this? Girl, what kind of press run were you all planning?" Her stylist posted and then quickly deleted an Instagram story showing a destroyed makeup palette and the caption, "Can't glam rage." And her legal team. Rumor has it 2 attorneys withdrew from the case shortly after Papoose's testimony, citing irreconcilable differences regarding client communication. Translation: they didn't sign up for this level of drama. Meanwhile, Papoose hasn't spoken to the press directly, but someone from his team did. A supposed family rep told bloggers that Papoose didn't plan to confess, but he cracked under pressure after seeing Claressa in the courtroom. Emotional impulse or guilt. Either way, it's the kind of slip that changes legacies. Let's not forget the fan theories now flooding the web. Some say this is all part of a bigger plot that Claressa set up to destroy Remy's image while positioning herself as the new power woman next to Papoose. Others believe it was Remy's own team that leaked the affair, hoping to bury a bigger secret, involving alleged financial fraud tied to her merch company. Yes, you read that right. There's even a theory that this whole courtroom fiasco is a distraction from a pending IRS audit. But hold up. Don't log off yet because just when you think